In the small, weathered coastal town of Greyhaven, storms were a way of life. But tonight, the sky was pure, visceral fury. Lightning tore across the horizon, and waves slammed against the cliffs like 1,000 enraged fists. Inside a small, flickering radio tower sat Officer Daniel Cole, an old Coast Guard operator. He had dedicated over 30 years to this post, warning ships, guiding sailors, saving strangers. But tonight, the ocean's roar was louder than his radio, and somehow, lonelier. Daniel was consumed by regret. His son, Michael Cole, was a captain at sea. They hadn't spoken in years. A bitter, pride-fueled argument had ripped them apart. Hurtful words, silence that lingered too long. Daniel always intended to call, but never did. Suddenly, through the static, a weak, desperate voice cut through the noise. "Mayday! Mayday! This is the Aurora. We've lost power. Taking on water. Coordinates..." Then silence. Daniel's heart seized. The Aurora. That was his son's ship. His hands shaking, he grabbed the microphone. "This is Greyhaven Coast Tower. Do you copy? Aurora, come in." No answer. He tried again and again. The memory of their last harsh exchange was a physical weight on his chest. Why didn't I call him? Every nearby rescue team was grounded. The storm was too savage. No one could reach them. Daniel did the only thing a father could do. He kept calling, turning his formal duty into a final, desperate plea. Daniel's voice, usually steady and professional, was now thick with raw emotion. "Michael, if you hear me, son, listen carefully. Stay calm. Head due north toward the lighthouse. There's shallow ground there. You might make it." Hours crawled by. Lightning split the sky. The tower vibrated violently. Daniel remained glued to his chair, hands trembling, refusing to rest. He was sending a message of forgiveness and guidance into the abyss, hoping his son could somehow hear the truth of his heart. Then, at long last, a faint, crackling voice returned. "Dad, I can see the light. I'm heading toward it." Tears streamed down Daniel's face. He whispered, "That's it, son. Keep going." The years of separation dissolved in that single, shared moment of connection. The next moment, a blinding flash. Lightning struck the radio tower directly. Sparks burst, smoke billowed, alarms screamed. But even as everything went dark, Daniel kept screaming into the silent transmitter. "Michael, keep going. Don't stop. You're almost there." And then, silence again. The tower's power was extinguished forever, and with it, Daniel's last breath. The next morning, the storm had passed. Rescue teams reached the coast and found the Aurora shattered against the rocky coast. Most of the crew were lost. But Michael Cole, he was alive, unconscious, still clutching a small, useless radio receiver. When Michael finally awoke, a rescuer said quietly, "Your father's last message saved you." Michael's lips trembled. He whispered the question that was his final, silent apology. "He's gone, isn't he?" The rescuer nodded sadly. Lightning hit the tower, 30 seconds after his final call. Michael turned toward the open sea. The waves rolled gently now, calm and peaceful. And for the first time in years, he whispered softly into the wind, "Thank you, Dad." Moral of the story: Sometimes forgiveness comes too late, but love never does. Even when voices fade in the storm, a father's heart keeps speaking until his very last breath.